really hard on this record. How does it feel to now like be out and actually touring it and have it out? You know?
I love it, man.
Yeah.
You know, people are. I think probably every artist is like they're the most excited about like the latest thing. You know what I mean? They're always probably like, oh,
at least I hope so.
At least I hope so. Yeah, they're always like they're probably like, oh, this latest thing's my best. You know, but this really is this latest thing is the best thing I've ever done. I'm really proud of it. I think it sounds good. There's no. You know, like, oh well, you know, we didn't get this quite right, or I wish we had done. You know, I mean, I really feel strong that it is you know, real close to where we want to be, and I just, man, I think that the response has been awesome about it, so I'm happy with it. You know, I hope to be better tomorrow than I am today, so I hope the next record's even better. But right now, I'm real excited about this one.
Well, I mean, and we started off the interview sort of talking about it, but I mean, you guys really do walk that sort of gray line between, you know, Mississippi John Hurt and I don't know, the Casualties.
Yeah.
But I mean, talk about that. Is that a weird line to walk? I mean,
you know, the only thing that I ever set out to do, like when I was a kid, I didn't really listen to punk rock music. I come to that late in the game, you know, and it was.
You must like the Ramones or the
yeah,
Clash
when I was a kid, I was in the Ramones and stuff, but not like totally. Like I was into John Hurt.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Like that was Johnny Cash.
Yeah, well, Johnny Cash too, but
rocker.
John Hurt was, you know, like that was one of my heroes. John Hurt, Charlie Patton, Furry Lewis, like those guys were my idols growing up. You know, I loved it. You know, but what I wanted to do was sort of take, like you know, think about it in terms of, you know, if John Hurt or Charlie Patton was around now, what would they be doing? You know, what would the music sound like if they were around now? You know. If you it'd be like the next step in that chain, you know, not to try to, you know, sound like them and try to sound like some throwback museum thing that's, you know, hung up on the wall.
Yeah.
I want to sound like music that's happening now, but that is sort of
timeless.
Yeah, timeless. That, you know, could be John Hurt if he was here. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I want. I've always dreamed of doing is having a sound that was unique and now, but, you know, felt like timeless. You know, it's just like there's so many records that come out in an era, and you listen to them and you go, oh, that sounds like 1994, doesn't it? You know, and oh God, that sounds like 1985, and you can just do it. There's so many things that happen. Right now, it's that vocal effect,
or that Cher voice. You know, anything you hear with that Cher voice.
Yeah, the T-Pain voice. Yeah, I mean, the T-Pain
So we're not going to
voice.
see an auto-tune record?
Yeah, definitely not. But like that right now, that's going to sound like, you know, right now. People will look back and they're going to go, oh, well, that sounds like, you know. So, but I always wanted.
We pray at least that there's an end to that.
Yeah.
So that we can look back.
Yeah, we can look back and say, But
thankfully, this chapter ended.
Yeah. But for our music, you know, the music that we create, I always hope that it wouldn't feel that way. You wouldn't be able to listen back and go, that sounds like this or that. If someone 100 years from now listened to it, you know, they'd go, when was that made?
Yeah.
You know, they'd have to look it up.
Various years.
Yeah.
Vans Warped Tour, and I'd imagine like being that type of band, trying to pull that off. That must have been an interesting experience because you're probably playing to a lot of younger kids and like, you know, hardcore kids that are like, like how was that whole experience for the band?
It was huge. It was awesome. You know, it was great to sort of see. You know, to see it working, you know, to see a 14-year-old kid come up and be like, that was awesome.
Cool.
I want to buy all your stuff. And you know, because I think about, you know, like we were saying, I'm 29 years old. I remember back when I was 14, and, you know, I loved going to see live music. I loved it. I loved watching live music. I loved being a part of live music. And it was hard to find places because it's over 21 or over 18 or whatever, and you can't get in. So the great thing about Warped Tour is that those kids can come and see live music and see a lot in a day, and I'm sure it's an amazing experience, one that they probably remember forever. You know, going to see that concert. For many of them, it was their first concert. Like I had a couple people say, this was the first. Like, you know, if we played early, because Warped Tour, you never know when you're going to play. So early, late. So like if we played early, you know, people would be like, this was my first concert I've ever seen. You know, like being that experience for somebody. You know what I mean?
Awesome. Yeah.
And in a way, like I think that's a heavy thing. You know, like that's how they're gonna remember live music forever. So to me, it's important to, you know, to be.
It's all downhill from here, kid.
I want to be a positive impact in that way. You know what I mean? I want to be something they remember and that they appreciate, and I want to be something too that you know, we can go out there and and be right in there with the meanest hardcore screamo, whatever they got before or after us. We want to be able to hang right there with them, you know.
What are you guys listening to right now that you guys like?
Let's see here. What's some of the latest stuff we've been listening to?
Listen to a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, we've been in Europe for the last month, so all we've been listening to is awful things that play on MTV there. Like Robbie Williams that I can't get out of my mind.
Well, you know what? I've been listening. We've been listening to that CeeLo Green song.
Oh, yeah. The breakup song.
Yeah, the breakup song. Yeah.
Good song.
Oh,
man.
it's a great song.
Really good
So every now and then pop music gets it right, you know. But
I love the backup vocals.
They're great. We were talking about last night about how awesome that song is.
The original version, not the edited version.
The one we can't say.
On the iPod, let's see. I've been listening to.
We could say it, but.
A lot of stuff, man. You know, I got a hold of this really cool CD that's it's this Appalachian, it's old Appalachian blues, Smithsonian Folkways recordings.
A lot of fiddle music.
Yeah, a lot of fiddle stuff. It's really awesome. I've been listening to that a bunch. I'm trying to think of the latest stuff on the iPod. What do we
listening to a lot of Stones lately.
Yeah, a lot of Stones. We got the latest Willie Nelson record.
Cool.
And that's pretty fun. Let's see.
I listen to a lot of John Prine all the time.
Nice.
Let's see. What's some of the latest stuff? The most up to date. When I'm listening to my iPod, I actually listen to all kinds of stuff. Like, people probably be surprised. You know, I just like good songs. You know, the older I get. When I was younger, it would have been like, oh, I like this. And that's it.
Yeah.
You know, but now it's like, man, a good song's a good song. You know, I love stuff that is handcrafted and from the heart and just well done, you know, and as long as it meets that criteria, I can get into it just about, you know, regardless of what it is.
You mentioned the fiddle, and that's actually, you sort of play.
Yeah, you know, that's
your secret.
That's my secret. Right? Yeah. A few years back, you know, when you're trying to come up with a sort of something that is uniquely yours, when you're talking about, you know, there's been recorded music for the last 100 years, and you know it's like, you know, we play country blues, and there's been country blues since, you know, recorded since almost that entire time, and you're trying to come up with something that's unique and yours. And I've always, you know, played lots of slide and stuff, and I got to the point where I was like, you know, I just want to do something different. I want to take this somewhere else. You know, I want to take this to, you know, just the next level. And what is that? And I got into fiddle music, you know, just all kinds of old fiddle music, regardless, you know. And I'm like, man, I don't know how to play the fiddle, but I know how to play slide. I said, wouldn't it be awesome if I could play fiddle-like licks on, you know, finger-style slide? So I'm playing the bass with my thumb, and then my fingers are picking out,
you know, finger picking,
like fiddle-style licks with the slide. And over the last few years, I've been working on it, you know, and like, so it's like the melodies become more complex and interesting than just like, you know, what mostly regular slide guitar stuff is, and the whole time there's bass going. It's kind of complicated, but when it comes out, it sounds awesome, I think, anyway. And it's sort of my thing. I've never heard anybody really do it before, and I think it sounds awesome. So
it does.
And it's like, you know, fiddle music's like dance music, like the best of it anyway. You know, we're talking dance music. You know, the core of it.
Yeah. Flogging Molly must be ecstatic about that. That's my Irish joke. Nice meeting you guys.
Nice meeting you too.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks so much for having us.
Cheers.
Explore Music wears English Laundry apparel.